Welcome back, everybody, to the Matt Pierre Career Mode series. Jameis Winston returned last episode, and we got the victory, although I was less than impressed with the way we played. Today we take on the 5-3 Broncos, hoping to return to our more dominant ways. Here we go, back in front of the home crowd today at 5-3 on the season. Can the Buccaneers get another win against the Denver Broncos? I'm not sure if we should expect to see any of the same defensive players, considering that like Aqib Talib, Von Miller, and others would have already been veterans at the start of this series. So let's see what we do today. Now, I'm going to be very critical about last week's game because the expectation is to win a Super Bowl. Matt's 30. Let's not pretend he's got, all these years left to be at the highest level of play. He needs to go win a Super Bowl sooner than later. So, we need to play like a Super Bowl champion winning team. We haven't done that recently, but Jameis Winston is back. We got a win last episode. Let's build upon it. On the ground, Matt Pierre up the middle for a couple yards. And already you see Denver scoring on their opening drive. It feels like a long streak of opposing teams scoring on their opening drives against us. And here's the first throw of the day as Winston looks in the direction of Matt, hits the brakes, and then sheds a tackle out of bounds. Gain of 9. Matt Pierre's receiving numbers this year are really lackluster compared to a year ago. We're still under 200 receiving yards, and I'm pretty sure we had games that came close to that a season ago. From the 37, up the middle again, Matt Pierre with some power gets 5. Second down, the quick throw is on target, and returning today is Chris Godwin. Although in his place, I'll say Corey Chapman stepped up, and we saw Ryan Pine do the same. So I don't expect to see Pine very often. He's the 4th receiver now on the depth chart. Chapman back in the slot. 1st and 10. Uh-oh, there's the pressure immediately. Burke sacks Winston. So we go backwards a few. Now Winston on target, but a good hit jars it free from Godwin. And that sets up 3rd and long. Let's protect, Matt. It's 3rd and 16. They'll bring an extra rusher, and we don't help out Winston enough. He gets sacked. No, don't say Winston's hurt again. He was hit. He was sacked. I can only assume that injury is regarding him. Okay, we're getting the football back. And Winston is still the quarterback. Okay. So not sure if he got shaken up at all. I'm assuming not because there was no after-play scene of him on the ground or anything like that. So I'm assuming it was a off-ball injury. 1st and 10 anyway for Winston. All kinds of time, and I can't believe it ends up being a positive result as Evans makes the grab. Let's give this to Matt Pierre on 2nd down. Running the draw play. And I'm tired of being met by defensive tackles every play. Last episode was really frustrating in a sense because Atlanta's run defense was so sound and they rarely made a mistake that let us get big yardage. They did not miss tackles, and they got off their blocks rather well. There we go, Matt. Much better. We get the 1st down following Mike Evans. And our division rivals have been losing recently. The Falcons have lost 2 in a row, and the Panthers have lost 2 in a row. They both lost during our bye week. Uh-oh. Come on! I thought he would be tackling Matt Pierre right there, and then he decides to play a little bit more heads up. We need to eliminate these negative plays. 2nd down and 18. Denver will bring an extra linebacker as Howard makes the grab, and will try to manage here on 3rd and 11. Maybe look up the seam here to O.J. Howard. Winston throws it low for Matt Pierre. That's another instance where the quarterback rushes things in the face of pressure, even if timing is thrown off. Hey, we take over in Denver territory. Thank you, defense. You played well last episode. For some reason, though, the first drive of the game is just not your forte. You're not good at it whatsoever. 38-yard line, we open. We're going draw play now. Pierre gets through the first level, gets a couple. Mike Evans aligns in the slot on this play. Second down and 8. Where's this one going? Across the middle to Godwin. You know I was calling for it too, going way downfield. I wanted to see Winston let it rip. We call on the fullback. That can only mean one thing. Dixon Alate will lead the way for Matt Pierre as we run the stretch, and I didn't get the block I was counting on. Fourth down. Denver adds 3 more as touchdowns continue to elude us. After the Hollenbeck experience and the slow start last week, I'm getting pretty tired of this. First and 10, Winston. And there's a pass to Mike Evans. He'll make for 8. The 2-minute warning has hit as Winston does find O.J. Howard. I thought that'd be going out of bounds. Do I want to call the screen here? Not really. Let's just audible to something else. Not that I like my audibles much more. I could set them though myself. First and 10 here for Jameis Winston. And there's an open man. Spinning catch by Corey Chapman. He's been stepping it up lately. The experience, I think, was good for him. And now Matt's going to go play some wide receiver approximately over here. But I have to go from this view. And Winston, short. Oh, come on, Chapman. Tevin Coleman now in the game on second down. Winston looks Coleman's way, not Matt's. And that's 3 yards. All right, Winston, keep the chains moving. Big play here, and the pressure is given up. Once again, Burke gets around that left edge. So Denver's defense can still cause as many problems as they did at the start of this series with completely different players. But hey, this half is not over. We take over. We have plenty of time. 30 seconds, 3 timeouts. That's an eternity in football minutes. Football seconds. First and 10. And we're going to be the check down option and make the catch. First down, Matt Pierre. Timeout. That took 7 seconds. We can do that 3 more times and still have a play. Wow, we really have not run the football much in this half. 6 times, that's it. We'll change that in the second half. Pierre, though, has some catches. Oh, where are we going? No! No, that's even worse! A bad play gone terribly wrong. It's a turnover. Pierre makes a great catch and then proceeds to lose yards in 2 separate ways and then fumbles the football. Please tell me this does not stand. Otherwise, this goes down as maybe the worst play in Matt's career. Can't wait to dissect this play. We just have Matt Pierre open in the flats. You know, a pretty routine situation for the back to get the football. But he leaps, and he's determined. Staying on his feet, but wait a minute. He's losing his ground. Retreating a bit. Met then. And he's going to break that tackle as well. But then there is Worthington. And this ball is clearly out. It's Matt's second fumble of the season. And maybe the worst of his career. Oh, it stands. And Denver runs out of time. So no points given up, but no points scored by us. Oh, man, that play. Come on, Matt. That was as bad. That was actually worse than the play last year where we tried to get him 1,000 receiving yards and he fumbled the football. We need to make everybody forget about that fumble, Matt. I know you can do it. There's some daylight now. Pierre into the secondary. But I feel like maybe at age 30, he can't shake out the safety the same way he used to. That or we're just facing safeties that aren't going to bite on those moves. I'm sure Keanu Neal and Tyrann Mathieu are solid. Those are 2 safeties we've played recently. But the moves there on the safety have not been as effective, sadly. Second down and 3. Up the middle again. There's Matt. And again, the safety there to make the tackle. It's hard to get runs over 15 yards if you can't get past the safety. This play goes to one of the unsung heroes of the offense. We're going with a fullback screen to Alate, who's covered. And wow, that's almost picked by a lineman. All right, then. I've always wondered in these games, this and NCAA, like what makes the defensive tackle read that screen? Is it just pure awareness because there is no obvious responsibility to cover those players, but every now and then you see a defensive tackle make that play. And then we go backwards. 3rd and 13, Worthington in on the stop. This time he does not rip the football out, but we're facing another 3rd and long. And we have not done well in these spots so far. We are not going out for a route on this play. Instead, blocking for Winston. And we help buy him some time. Jameis. Oh, he gets it away to the sideline. And an injury. That could very well be Winston. We missed the 57-yard field goal. This season is not going the way I had hoped. Thank you, Yannick Ngakoue. 3rd and 16. We get the stop. Please tell me quarterback situation's all right. It is. We're fine. Jameis Winston still in the game as we are in Bronco territory already. There's Evans, and he is not getting many yards today, and actually nobody is. Less than 5 yards an attempt. At the very least, let's avoid the 3rd and longs. We'll run it here on 2nd and 5. See if we get some room, and no, we don't. 3rd down here for the Bucks. And the pressure gets to Winston nearly immediately. He's sacked again. Our left tackle is just not holding up today. That's the 3rd sack he's allowed. And Denver now has 5 on the day. But our defense, they're battling. We don't deserve to be down 7 right now, yet we are. So, I guess focus even more on the ground game, perhaps. Trying to spread out the defense. Thank you, O.J. Howard. Gain of 6. From the 32-yard line, we still can't get room. I guess I shouldn't call these halfback blast plays as often, even though I've gotten many a long run on them. Someone's got to step it up here on 3rd down. We need to start converting in these spots. Time for Winston. And open! Oh, it was a little behind Mike Evans. Looked like a really good play for us. And then just another 4th down. So that whole playing like a Super Bowl champion caliber team, that's not happening. However, we can still win, which is the best we can do today. So a counter now. There's some room. Thank you, Godwin. Nearly got the 2nd block, and now he makes the safety miss. So it's still there. Pierre still got it, at least somewhat. But clearly, our offensive line is still not ideal. I feel like Matt's story can be said for a lot of great running backs who have come through the NFL. How many have just never had the right combination of like a good offensive line, good quarterback, just a good all-around offense? I know as a Viking fan, there were plenty of mediocre offenses with Adrian Peterson. There's Godwin now with a great play. Still, this is the best that we've gotten. And I think that it can be a good enough team to get the job done, but it's not going to be without winning some really tough games. 1st and 10. There we go. A nice hot read from Winston. No panicking. Just finds your tight end. Gets 7 yards. Trying to go outside again. We've had some success with that. We toss it out. Oh, come on. I don't want to settle for a field goal here. Winston 3rd and 7. It's going to be a completion. There's Godwin inside the 15-yard line. Oh, look, Carolina lost to Atlanta, so at least, someone had to lose that game. Win-win for us. As Pierre gets about 5 more yards. And now to punch it into the end zone. Jameis Winston. He's trying to scramble, and he's dragged down again. Burke having a career day. 3.5 sacks. Come on, we need a play right here. It's 3rd and 12 in the red zone. It's complete, and Godwin is wrapped up on the play. So we can kick another field goal, but it'll take another stop, or we're going for it. And I like this decision right here. We're going to block. The pressure has been heating up in the bad situations. Here's Winston, and it's nearly picked in the end zone. Intended for Godwin. So the Denver defense continues to play stout football. Still, there's a chance we just get back into the same situation, and that's exactly what happens. Just think, we all might be lucky enough to get an overtime game here. On the 15-yard line, Pierre getting up the middle and sheds one tackle. Gain of 9. They have strip ball on aggressive, so watch out here if they can rip the football out again from Matt Pierre. His carrying rating is fine, but it's still going to happen from time to time. Here's a run now to the outside. Pierre turns the corner to the 20 and finishing strong to the 15-yard line, getting back over the century mark again. Let's get Winston away from the danger in the pocket here. It's 1st and 10. He can stop now. Fire to the end zone, and Godwin makes the catch. Touchdown, Bucks. That was clean. Now kick the extra point. Let's get one more stop and a score. Extra point is good. Now defense. 17 yards on the first play, and then sacked by Noah Spence. They got it all back, though. I don't know how. 2 minutes left to play. 3rd down, they only get a yard, and we take over. All right, points of any kind, and we can win this game. Let's keep the ground game a part of it. Can Matt Pierre get us that one run to get us in range? There he goes, and he stumbles, but we got the blocks. 1:40 left to go. Winston, nope, I'm picking up that pressure. Maybe not. I tried, though. Burke gets another one. We're only watching Burke on this play. We've got to double team if we can, or at least be in the area. Winston, you got the time, and Chapman can't make the catch. Corey Chapman has it go through his hands, and now Denver gets their chance to take this game. From their 20, they go backwards. This is a good start, and there it goes. 23 yards to Gibson. A penalty now. Come on. We just gave him the football on our half. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, we're going to overtime. Okay. So, yes, an additional quarter of this wonderful matchup. And it's 3rd down. They get 11 yards. Come on, defense. One more stop. That's all we're asking for. 18. Now we have to talk about holding them to a field goal. And that's not looking great right now. There we go. 2 incompletions. And then 23 yards. That's game. The Buccaneers lose. We still don't look the same. And we drop this one to the Broncos 16-10. That one definitely stings. We did not play all that well. And the offense just, it might not be good enough this year. And with that being our 4th loss and still a lot of games to play, we have very little room for error the rest of the season. Winston ends up completing 18 of 27 passes for just 5.8 yards per attempt. That's really low. There weren't many big plays at all. Matt Pierre gets 119 yards rushing thanks to some good carries at the end. And then receiving, Godwin scored, but it was our only touchdown of the day. Very disappointing to waste that performance by the defense. Jason Burke destroyed us. Next time we get the struggling Carolina Panthers, who have lost 3 games in a row. And on the bright side, if we win, we'll share the same record and get some revenge after that one rainy day where Malcolm Hollenbeck played awful. Thankfully, the Falcons are 6-3, and this loss doesn't necessarily derail anything. It stinks that we didn't get the victory to make it a 3-way tie, but there's so much football left to be played. We have the head-to-head against the Panthers, I know. I just forget about the Falcons. We still get them, so great. We can still control things to a degree. And hopefully next time we can find the end zone more than once, because this offense has been really tough to play with and watch, in a sense. Pierre's now at 915 yards rushing with 11 touchdowns and unfortunately 2 fumbles. And receiving-wise, he's still under 200 yards, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Maybe next time. Let's see how many fumbles he has, though. 25 in his career. That can't be, like, number 1. Let's see, just to check who has the most fumbles active. Oh, I know Isaiah Crowell has more. Matt Ryan has 52. If we go to halfbacks, it's Isaiah Crowell. But Matt Pierre is second nearly the undisputed leader in fumbles. How about rushing touchdowns, though? Matt Pierre, nowhere near number 1. Long way off from David Johnson, who is not retiring anytime soon. For rushing yards, that one is going to be Devontae Freeman. With Matt Pierre, actually, I must have passed him. Yeah. He's up here, behind Isaiah Crowell. As far as legacy goes, Pierre has 11,000 and change, passing David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell, Jay Ajayi. So, we have plenty of legacy. I forget where it shows. Actually, no, I remember now. Where it shows how close you are to like Hall of Fame progress. That's in my goals. And Pierre, that bar looks filled to me. So he should have the Hall of Fame legacy when all is said and done. And I know many of you have talked about spending the XP. It's just there's not a lot we can do with it. I guess we could upgrade the moves a bit more, combat some of that aging. There actually are a lot of ratings you can't touch. But from there, maybe strength? I don't know what I want to do with it. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching and supporting the Matt Pierre Career Mode series. It's been a very interesting year, but if we can get through this and still end up successful, it'll have been very worth it. Please leave a like if you are enjoying the series. Please subscribe to the channel as we near 100,000 subscribers. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.